We are skipping chapter 4, matrices. We might come back and do some, but I really don't want to do a whole chapter on matrices. It's not, maybe a few lessons later. Page 190, 1 through 16, 19 through 24.
I swear something not.
Page 1 through 16, 19 through 24. And 28 is bonus. Okay. Hopefully, this is review for you. It will. Some of these are big enough that it will be easy to make a mistake even if you do know how to do it. But this chapter is about polynomials where you're going to be factoring in a couple days. Hopefully that... I'm going to assume that you forgot how to do that though. Today you should probably remember this is multiplication with polynomials. So we're just going to jump right in. Number 1, learn it. Smartboard's not being so smart today.
I'm wearing red on Friday.
Alright, you guys remember what the property is called on this one?
I don't remember any of the properties.
Distributive property. So, because we need to distribute, we need to pass out the 2x.
I have 14x.
For close.
14x. Negative 14x.
14x squared. So remember when you do x times x, that's what x squared means. X squared means x times x. So you kind of have to add the exponents together. And then 2x times minus 3. See how easy that is? So
I just
easy.
got the first one wrong. Negative 14.
Yeah, you got it halfway wrong. Yeah. If she gets it wrong at first, then she just starts like.
Listen, it's a downhill
Shooting from the hip, let's say.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. Normally you start out close and then you get colder as you start guessing.
Is that the answer? Just like,
That's it. Can't do anything else. Number 3, what kind of problem is this? Well, there's another name for it though.
Double multiply.
Foil. If you have
First, outside, inside, last.
Yeah, if you have 2 terms times 2 terms, you need to multiply the first, the outside, the inside, and the last. Really, this is the distributive property kind of on steroids. So A gets multiplied to both of these. That's basically the first and the outside. 6 gets multiplied to both of these. That's the inside and the last. And that makes FOIL. Okay, so if I multiply the first, Jordan, what's A times A? A squared.
minus 4a.
Outside is minus 4a. Inside
6a.
plus 6a. And then the last 2 terms, 6 and minus 4. Minus 0.4. Okay, remember on FOIL, typically the middle 2 terms are like terms. So we can simplify those. If you want to try to do that in your head, I wouldn't be offended. What's negative 4a plus 6a?
2.
So it's a squared plus 2a minus 24. By the way, you guys did very well on that test. So I'm thinking that I did not make it hard enough, clearly.
Fairly more word problems if you're going to learn it.
Yeah, I mean, word problems, definitely.
Right, guys?
Oh, sorry. Zoe, get out a piece of paper. We're actually doing the assignment right now. I didn't write it. Oh, you wrote it down. Right here. And we're doing the odds right now. So go ahead and you might like leave space for the evens, which you're going to have to go back and do later. Or you can do all the odds like on one side, all the evens on the other side, whatever you want to do.
Every day you feed a water bottle of water, and then you're like, it's water. Taking care of your water.
Are you guys having study hall in there today?
But you gave the water bottle a drink first.
Why?
Isn't that,
It's a dude, isn't it?
is that your dad?
Oh,
I couldn't see it. Oh, Parker
I
was.
thought that,
That's for the letters.
No, that's for letter jackets.
oh, that's what.
Don't be. You made me throw my phone too.
Alright. Number 5. X plus Y.
Poor Mr. Bale.
Really? Don't sink to their level, Jordan.
She was
Oh my gosh,
below
guys.
us.
Mr. Bale is a saint. What?
No.
Okay, so at the Rock, I'm doing this like tutoring thing
He
for
works
like
at the Rock.
little children. Yeah, and he's doing the tutoring thing too, but it's like the look at so it's like all
Serious
of us.
question, was he wearing flip flops?
No, yes, he was wearing his like short shorts, like the flip flops, the glasses, and the like a gray t-shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's Mr. Bale.
Unfortunately.
I wasn't wearing flip flops.
Yeah, it was like there was like 6
I've
like
got Hobbit feet,
women.
basically.
There was like 6 like
Oh, no, don't worry, he does too.
There was like 6 middle-aged women, me and Mr. Bale.
Alright,
X squared.
There's many questions.
we're gonna have to ask somebody besides the juniors. Usually it's the juniors and Josie answer all the
2
questions.
X, Y.
Negative 2
Are
X.
we
Y.
juniors?
Negative 2 X, Y.
No,
Okay.
juniors.
Outside is negative 2xy.
I'm sorry.
What is the inside?
Y.
Y, X.
Okay, I'm gonna call it xy just so it looks
And both of you are wrong.
the same as that one. Yx is the same thing as xy because order of multiplication doesn't matter. But just so it looks like this one, I'll make it the same.
Minus 2y squared.
And minus 2y squared.
I like this assignment.
Yeah, you would.
What is that supposed to mean?
Okay, do we have any like terms?
Yeah.
What's negative 2 plus 1? Negative 1. So we have x squared minus 1xy or just minus xy minus 2y squared.
Wait. Oh. Okay.
Negative 2 plus 1 is negative.
I like talking to myself too. Yeah. Wait.
Well, I
Hey,
thought
really?
there was 2x
She
y
says that?
squared,
Oh
and
my
then I got
God.
2y squared.
It's crazy.
So be careful because yeah,
Oh.
at the beginning when you're multiplying, that's when you get the x squareds. But later on when you add, it's no longer, like those stay the same.
Gotcha.
That is the tricky part. Multiplying and adding. Okay, number 7.
Mr. Jordan, your shoes untied. Made you look.
No, you're
I did that to
hilarious.
Mr. Smith, and I'm not gonna lie, that's the scariest thing I've ever done. I didn't know how he would take it.
He probably just giggled, didn't he?
Yes.
Crystal, her dad's down here, he can leather jacket stuff. Kato, you can come too, because your mom's on her way.
Imagine having a loving mom.
David.
Can't relate.
Broken children.
My mommy got me donuts this morning.
Well, my mom called me a disappointment, okay?
I feel like every time Brooke's laughing, he's like putting on chapstick.
Yeah, do you just like, how many chapsticks do you go through per like week? Like 7. That was the
Good
answer.
answer.
Chapstick lasts a long time.
Not
Not
if you're Brady.
It's
She likes it like ice cream
That's
and
'cause
snacks. and then you have to
terrible.
see it.
Terrible. What the
He
heck?
took a bite like a chunk. It's
It was gross.
Oh,
That's
C
nasty.
squared.
Okay, c squared. What's the outside?
C.
C3,
3c
3C.
plus 3c. Let's do that part in our head. This time.
6C.
Plus 6c.
I'm kind of.
And then what's the last?
What?
Last.
Not.
Are we done?
You gotta.
I.
You gotta apply yourself. Okay?
Just
It's not funny.
Number 9.
be better.
That's
Even
what
like
my
Jordan
parents
actually does it.
No, don't do that.
I was at the Rock on Tuesday. That's where we
I
my group went.
kiss cat nose.
Your group, I was at the school.
What
No, he got that job, I think. We kind of goofed around at the Rock because there wasn't a lot. Like they told us the history of like the ministry and
Yeah,
stuff.
Wait, hey, I
my
was-
shopping cart over and I was.
Wait, y'all went
I was like,
Wednesday?
I can't really move it
Yeah.
over. And I was like.
I was there
"Wow."
Tuesday.
Right.
And she's
We're
like,
training. We're
"Yeah,
doing
just move
it.
it away,
Start
like,
today.
you can get out."
Sweet.
Whatever.
Okay. Let's keep rolling. All right, I'm gonna ban the juniors on this one.
Hey.
Ban?
Who needs picked off? Who needs picked on?
Me.
I feel Ty too.
Oh, I'm a junior.
Big boy brain.
I know. It's sorry, Ty. What's the first one gonna be? What's first?
16.
Good job.
Okay, what's the outside?
Minus 12.
Right, and the inside is the same thing, right? So what is minus 12s minus 12s gonna give us? Nope,
Negative 24.
negative 24. Since they're both negative, they kind of work together and make bigger negative. All right,
My negative 24s kind of looks like negative 245.
45, yeah. And then what's the last tie?
You can do
Not
this.
me.
Negative 3 times negative 3.
Plus 9.
About to say plus 6. I'm glad I didn't.
Happens a lot.
10, which number 10 should be 1.
Number 10, yeah, anything to the 0 power is 1. That is correct.
This is just A plus B.
No, anything to the 0 power is 1.
Like the actual answer is just 1.
Like,
Number 1. Like right next to the number 10,
Right.
put a 1.
so it's like 101?
Yes. Though with the period. Actually, it's 10.1.
I
You
think,
could draw a line then.
I feel like Elena needs picked on now.
What if I do like parentheses?
Then you're retarded.
Okay, Elena, what's
I did
first gonna
10
be?
dot.
Okay, 2x squared. What's the outside gonna be?
You see now?
Yes.
What's the inside gonna be?
8 or plus.
This is
8.
proper supporting.
What's the last gonna be?
Okay.
What are our two middle terms add up to? So 2x squared. Jordan's not a good sharer, especially when Nick's involved.
No.
She
I just
bullies
win. Like,
me.
he's just mad because I win. Like.
No, I'm just mad because you're retarded.
Whoa, but I'm the one that beats you every time. So
That, you know, I don't. I don't.
okay?
I don't see your point. I just don't see your point.
I shouldn't have mentioned it, sorry. Okay, number 13.
You should work faster.
All right, 13's a little more, it's not a FOIL problem, whoops.
I wish my mom looked.
Okay, does somebody besides the juniors want to try number 13?
I haven't,
You're a junior, David, and you.
but I haven't done one.
And this is our, okay, we'll let Nick do it then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now-
he's gonna mess up.
This is,
Shut up.
shh, we gotta get through this. This is harder than the other ones. You guys see what's different?
That's a trinomial right there.
Yeah, so we're not doing FOIL. Just think of it as distributive property with the x, like so, and the 1, like so.
So that's 6x cubed.
Nope.
No,
That
what?
was 5x cubed.
No.
Okay, it is 5x
5x
cubed.
cubed.
Yeah.
Why do I even try? I'm not doing this.
So when you
anymore.
multiply, Jordan,
I'm sorry, I was just stopping.
when you multiply by an x, yeah, the exponent just goes up 1 on the x's.
Okay.
So what would
It's
this be?
2x squared.
You did something.
And
I
then
ate all of you.
the third one?
What did the sophomores do?
X, I don't know.
Negative
Negative 6x. Shut up.
You can't help yourself.
You were struggling. I was trying to help you.
Okay.
Be a good classmate.
All
You're a
the,
team player.
so the x's just went up 1 basically. And then what happens if I multiply by 1 on all of those?
Stays the same.
Stays the same. Okay, I'm gonna write it a little differently though. I'm gonna stack it like this. You guys see what I did there? I lined up my like terms in stacks.
So negative 5x cubed plus 7x cubed.
Nope.
What?
Okay.
Minus?
Remember when we switched to adding, the exponents stay the same?
Right, isn't that cute?
Oh, no, I just said it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Whoops. Negative 6 plus 2.
minus
Negative
5.
4. 5.
Shut up. You guys are so toxic to each other.
No, we're not.
How can you deny
Shut
that?
up.
On any level. You can't be like me.
Watch this.
Oh,
Does that seem toxic?
that's
Or this? Is that toxic?
Touch me, Phil.
Was that toxic? No, that is
it's
not.
actually,
that's
getting,
low.
It's actually getting a lot better. I changed my mind.
This is more love than my parents are.
Nobody's
It's the same joke over and over. You need to call like child protective services on your parents.
All right. Cooper, what would this one be?
I think I just saw the Preston Francis.
A cubed
Christina.
minus a squared
Pringles in it?
plus a b squared.
Got your toes.
I don't like that.
A squared b.
I'm going to line that a squared b right under that one. Okay, go ahead.
Minus ab squared plus b.
Now my like terms are lined up again. So a cubed buys lonesome. What's going to happen to these two terms?
Cancel out.
Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. It's gone. How about these two?
Cancel out.
Gone.
A3 plus B3.
A3 plus B3.
I like this
Well, you were kind of a math nerd.
Yeah, my last test grade really disproved that statement.
I wish I could say this was the whole chapter, but this is more like it's just Mondays.
I wish I had approval.
Wow, that must suck.
Wait,
Anyways.
19 or 20?
Yeah, we're not doing 17. 19. You guys know how we're
Bless you.
You guys know how we're gonna do 19?
You're gonna do
After
7x. You're gonna do 14x plus.
Nope. Okay, 7x plus 4y squared means 7x plus 4y times 7x plus 4y. So it is a FOIL problem. You gotta do all of it times all of it. All of it times itself. So what's first? 7x times 7x is 49x squared. 7x times 4y is... And then if you look at the inside, it's also the same thing, so that's 28xy. And then the last is 4y times 4y. Okay. These two in the middle are like terms. What's 28 plus 28? So we got plus 56xy plus 16y squared.
Number
21, we're getting there. How far did I say we're going? 24.
22.
So there's two more odds. All right, 21. Okay, there are three factors to multiply together on 21. So anybody have a good idea of what we could do?
Yeah.
Huh?
Never mind.
I would multiply the 3 out on a plus b. So what's 3 times a plus b going to become? 3a plus 3b times a minus 2b. So it is now it's a FOIL problem.
This guy.
Okay,
dad's probably gonna yell at me. Where'd those 2 points go, David? Don't come home.
Alright,
I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
David, you can do this problem and I'll give you some affirmative,
Really?
some affirmation.
That is pure bribery right there.
3a squared.
That's psychological
Jordan's gonna-
warfare.
Jordan is determined to steal it from you. I know you're desperate, so.
Oh wait, on the board. So then it's
6AB.
6ab.
Negative
You
6
got
AB,
it.
David.
And then
Men suck.
Shut up.
first we did a house that we
Inside,
it's
Bring it
3ba.
I'm gonna call it AB, so it looks like that one.
And then it's negative 6ba ab.
No,
D 3 b. It's b. Final answer.
no.
Negative
6B
3b.
squared.
Negative 6b.
I'm sorry, I held on like
Okay. Those two guys.
You just got wrecked by Jordan. How does that make you feel?
bad.
Keep going.
I'll keep going. Alright, so it's negative 6ab plus 3ab is negative 3ab. And it's negative 6b squared. Squared.
Good job, David.
Thanks.
That was all the affirmation he gets for all that.
Yep.
Good job, David.
More affirmation than I take on a single year.
These jokes are not good.
Nerd.
The last
Who
one.
said there were jokes?
Huh?
Who said there were jokes? They're not.
Alright, so on 23,
Well, I'm 23.
we're gonna use the distributive property.
Good old regime. I love it. That's his name, and I don't know why.
Alright,
It's okay.
so this times this, what
A
is
squared 4. Just like the answer is second.
A4 basically, right? A3 times A is A4. I don't know why I drew that so far apart.
A4B squared.
A4B squared,
Minus 4B3.
yeah.
Oh, A3.
A3B3. Okay, unfortunately that was only the first part of the problem. We need to do that times A plus 3B.
This is too much.
Nah. Okay, I'm gonna think of it, well, it's just FOIL. So, what would the first be, Jordan?
A5B2. Minus 4A4. Oh, no.
Well, the order doesn't really matter, but what would the outside
It would
be?
be it'd be 3A4B3.
And then what would the inside be?
4A4B.
B3.
But wait, isn't there?
There's not a B on this one, so it stays
Oh,
at
I
B3. Yeah, the last one does. What's the last one gonna be?
4A4B.
Negative 4 times 3.
4A3B4.
Negative 4 times 3.
Oh, negative 12A3B.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out of room.
This hurts my head. This is a lot. It's like
You just feel pressure to go fast. But when Nick and Jordan do it, or Nick and David do it,
David took years to do this one.
I'm better when there's a challenge.
okay, what's this gonna be? Those are the like terms. 3 minus 4 is
Negative 1.
negative 1. So negative A4B3 minus 12 AQB4. There's something happening in the hallway.
Big bump.
Are you guys getting jackets too?
I don't know.
You didn't ask.
I only play volleyball. What am I gonna do? Get a little volleyball pouch on it, just like for the whole thing?
Are you in NJ?
No,
Sure.
like hey, technically, I ran track for 2 weeks and did basketball last year. Actually.
Track for 2 weeks. I don't think you get a thing for that.
You can
I guess you can buy one and nobody will care.
Or you're gonna have vibes that you're gonna take, not a letter
Yeah, no.
from some school. It was